Hey, that's a nuclear power plant, and that's the sea. We're standing in front of the sea, we're in Melkbos, Van Riebeek Strand, taking a walk down the radioactive nuclear beach. Hey, well, let's have a bit of fun here. So, Melkbos, where's Melkbos? It's on the west coast in Cape Town, South Africa. Lovely place, lovely little village. But they built a nuclear power station here. At the end of the beach, you will find Koeberg Power Station. Amazing stuff.
We're a bit far from Koeberg at the moment, but you can clearly see it there in the background, walking towards it, so we can go and check it out. We can't go in there today, unfortunately, because, like I said, they kind of stopped us from going into the place, but you can see clearly in the distance the waves going. It's just in the background there.
And the one thing, I live quite close to here as well, about 15 to 18 kilometers away down the west coast as well. One thing I did research on was the radius that you need around a power station if something should go wrong. Because I always wonder, what if something goes wrong with this power station? I live down the road from the damn thing. And then I realized that 5 kilometer radius is usually pretty much good enough. But if it's not, guys, do me a favor, and if you know something more about it, let me know in the comments, because I really don't know. The research that I found and the documentaries that I watched, they basically said if you've got a 5 kilometer radius around this thing and it starts to go wrong, you should be okay. I certainly hope so.
So we had one seagull. We threw the bread down. Now normally the seagulls come a hell of a lot quicker, but this guy was all by himself, really pigging out, all on his own. I was actually surprised how long it took the others to actually pitch up. It's actually quite amazing how long it took. And then when they did pitch up, they slowly started to grow. There's one coming in, chasing that oak away because he's twice his size. Absolutely ridiculous, but watch how the others come in. They come cruising in at a speed, but it takes them a long time. It really took a long time for them to start coming in here. But these seagulls can be quite a menace. They actually took a crap on my son's shirt the one time, and they always flying around, eating your food. You've got to be very careful if you've got your samis with you, because they'll actually take them off you if you're sitting on the beach. Fantastic though to watch them. If you throw a little bit of old bread out, whatever the case, normally you end up with about 4 million birds, but in this case we didn't. We just ended up with a few. But that said, still nice, you know.
Lovely beach though. This is a really nice beach to walk on in Melkbos because it's pretty flat, pretty solid. A lot of people bring their dogs here. There's a few lovely homes in the area, but a very small village.
This beach is flaunting its size and its wonderful seaside. You can see in the distance there's so much space to walk around on this beach and enjoy it. It's absolutely brilliant here.
Very few shops. Walking down, you sort of go through Melkbos and you go into Van Riebeek Strand, and then you keep on going and you can actually end up at the nuclear power station. Now, I've been into the nature reserve at the nuclear power station. I've walked around there, and I wanted to do that again now, but we're not allowed to anymore. They've stopped us. We're not allowed to go there anymore. But I must say, the last time that I was in there, I ended up surrounded by cobras, or cobra holes, and I knew it was cobras because they were coming out of the holes. So I got the hell out of there as quickly as possible. Because you used to be able to go and cycle there, and you used to be able to go and do the walking tours around the area, which was great. It was actually a lot of fun. We were walking around there, and I walked closer to the sea, and the last thing I expected was down at the sea area was to find snakes, because I would have thought they'd be more in the bush, which they are. But they were all down there in the swamp, in the swampy areas, in the more wet sort of lands and what have you. And actually, when I was walking down this exact beach, my wife walked into a cobra, small one, luckily, and luckily it warned her off. Because I believe if they bite you, you've got like 20 minutes and you're in big trouble. The beach is not radioactive. This is probably one of the safest nuclear power stations around. It's well looked after, and nothing has actually gone wrong with it. It's had some jellyfish get stuck in its, I don't know, cooling things or whatever the case, but Everything else has actually been really good with this particular power station. Perhaps the biggest problem here is it's quite old. It's over 20 years old. They've been doing maintenance on it and they've been struggling with it. And the biggest problem we have in South Africa at the moment, I don't know if you know about it, is load shedding. Load shedding is such a big issue. Hey guys, while you're here, do me a favor, it's Rob Guilty. Go check out our secret blog down there. Have a bit of a look around. There's a lovely photo gallery and everything in there. Check it out, guys. It's a lovely blog. This nuclear power station is quite old and it's been maintained, and we've got a thing called load shedding in South Africa. Now, we never had it before, but now in the recent years, for some other unknown reason, corruption's come into it, and now we've got load shedding. It means they switch the power off for us a couple of hours a day, right? Or we have a schedule, like it switches off for 2 hours, or they'll switch us off for 4 hours at a particular time of the day, maybe 2 or 3 times a day, depending on where we stand with power outages and what's going on. They've promised us this would go away, I don't know how many times, and it's still here. So we really do struggle with power. So we've got to keep this old power station running. We can't switch it off, because if we switch that off, we're really in deep trouble, because we're already in deep trouble as it is. So the power station will keep on running. I was just questioning the fact that it's so close to everything, but perhaps the power station was put here before the houses moved up to the power station. So I think that might have a lot to do with it as well. You'll see on the beach, I mean, we threw out some crumbs, and the seagulls come, and they come and they enjoy themselves, and they eat the little the seeds and whatnot. That's a lot of fun. There's a river running on the beach itself here, and it's running from somewhere, and I always wonder if it's clean water, because it's also a little bit yellow. That sort of splits up the beaches, etc. So yeah, this is a really great place. It's a lot of fun to come down here and go for a nice stroll. If you look, you see we've got a beautiful view of the mountain. The mountain is like stunning in the background when you're facing the opposite direction to the nuclear power station, of course. If you look, you see the houses down the side. It's a nice U shape. Everything is kind of small and village-like. Everybody knows everybody here. Everybody knows what everybody's doing here. So if you want to fit into this community, you've got to get to know the people. They're a little bit finicky about certain things, I suppose. But lovely little place, nice place to come to. So, hey, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Watch the last video. Cheers. Bye.